So these are daily habits I use to lose fat and get shredded. So before we get into it, I'm going to get into a backstory because this one is the one that made me feel like rubbish. Oh my days, this was so embarrassing. So this was like a couple of years ago. I'm talking about when we were coming out of COVID, right? So I wasn't working out a lot because there wasn't no gyms. And my diet was out the window. I was working remotely, by the way. People that work remotely, you guys are doing great. I praise you guys for that. But I wasn't working out, so I was just eating regularly, having a good time. Chef's kiss, having a wonderful time. Now, in my eating habits, I'm always wearing baggy clothes, so I don't really know. I can feel how my stomach feels, but I don't really know how it looks on my going out clothes, right? Because I didn't have the opportunity to use my going out clothes because there was nowhere to go to. So when they had that eat out for whatever, do you remember the thing they were talking about, just trying to get people to go out to eat and so forth? I remember me and the three friends said, you know what, let's meet up, let's go out for a meal, and let's just catch up, let's just try and have a good time, like just see people's face, let's just see who he's about, and so on and so on. So we went to a restaurant somewhere in London. I can't remember where the place was. Can't even remember what the food was. All I know is we ate, we had a good time. It wasn't nothing heavy, like we just had a few dishes here and there. We ate, had a good time. Now, when you're amongst friends, you want to take pictures, right? You want to take pictures, to remember that time period. I remember, right? This is the moment I knew I needed to start shredding up and losing weight fast on my stomach. We stood up all together to take the picture. Have you ever, right, tried to suck in your stomach, and after you sucked in your stomach as much as you could, there's still some stomach left? There's still some stomach left. The reason I knew this was because I had a tight top on, and then there was a pouch. And one of my friends was like, "Yo, bro, I see you got a little pouch there. Why didn't you just suck in your stomach?" There was nothing left. I couldn't do anything. And then the person took the picture. I looked at the picture. I was like, "Wow, okay. Do you know what? Take another one." I tried to switch angles. Now, when you try to switch angles because you want your body to look a certain way and try to hide the stomach, you try and put your arm a certain way. Yeah, didn't help. Didn't help. I might as well have turned my back to the camera. It would have been a lot better. I think I got to the point where I was like, I took one of my friends that was really short and put it in front of me, and then I lead on to him like I was trying to give him a hug, but in reality, I was like, "Yo, bro, cover my stomach, man. This photo can't be happening right now." And then it led me to me creating new habits. It led me to creating these 5 habits, so that way I can make sure I lose the fat and get shredded as fast as possible. Now let's get into it. Habit number 1 was the mindset, right? I had to detach myself from my own habits. Do you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the times, I wasn't eating because I was hungry. I was eating sometimes because I was bored, or I had like a little break, or I had nothing to do, or if I wanted to watch any random thing, it felt like for me to be able to enjoy that moment, I just always had to have something in front of me. So what I did was, at every type of snacks that I had in front of me, I removed it. And I had to also unlearn certain things from, if I want to enjoy something, food doesn't always have to be present for me to enjoy this show. If I'm bored, it doesn't mean that I'm hungry, it just means that I'm bored. If I feel hungry and I drink water and I'm so hungry, then that means I'm hungry. But if I'm hungry and I drink water, then I was never hungry, I was just dehydrated. Number 2, I had to learn to start to pay attention to the type of food I was eating. And at the time, I'm African, Cameroonian to be specific, so we eat a lot of food that has a lot of calories. You might not notice it, it's not always like cassava leaves and fufu and all that stuff, but there's certain dishes where you would eat, you won't realize that there's a lot of oil that's been used, or there's a lot of seasoning that's been used, or it's been through so much process. So I had to start becoming wary of the amount of food that I was consuming from different regions of the world, whether I was eating British food or Mediterranean food, whether I was going out, or even also be wary about the amount of times I was actually going out and drinking as well. I had to start to become conscious of it. So number 3, Sleeping pattern. My sleeping pattern was absolutely terrible. It was shambles. It was rubbish. So even if I had trained, my body wasn't getting enough rest to be able to recover properly. So I had to really improve my sleeping pattern to at least give myself 6 to 7 to 8 hours a night. And the reason my sleeping pattern was terrible is because I was always on my phone late at night, overthinking about something that happened in the day, procrastinating about creating content or life and so forth and things like that. So I told myself, you know what? When the clock hits 10:30, that's lights out for me. And then I'll give myself 10 to 20 minutes to still be on my phone. And then after that, I'll put my phone down and I shut all the lights out and I'll force myself to try and go to sleep. So getting a good night's rest was one of the best things I could have done. Fourth habit was not being afraid of cardio workouts. Like, you know, when you see a lot of these tips on how to shred your belly fat, you don't have to do cardio to shred your belly fat. You don't have to do cardio. And I always hear that and I always hear it. But the logic in me is like, I'm watching long distance runners. I get to watch long distance runners and I see the physique. Now, I'm not saying I'm trying to have the physique or the same physique as a long distance runner, but there's a reason why they look like that, right? There's a reason why you see an athlete or footballer look how they look, right? You know, there's a reason why Cristiano Ronaldo looks how he looks. There's a reason why Messi looks how he looks. And running plays a big contributing factor towards it. Now, for me, I have an injury. I'm still recovering from my sciatica, but when I'm able to stretch, I'm able to like just get my body loose. I'm definitely going to try and make sure I do some type of cardio, whether it be a bit of running or rowing or stairmaster or something or anything. So that way I'm able to burn the amount of calories that I need to burn. So that way my body can get the result that I'm looking for. And the fifth and most important habit I had to learn was that carbs is not your enemy. I'm sure you guys have heard a lot of people say, oh, if I want to lose weight, I need to go on a low carb diet or I need to go on a no carb diet. Carbs is not your enemy, guys. That is one of the best things for your body to use to be able to convert into energy. Now, I had to unlearn that carbs is not your enemy. Calories surplus is your enemy. Do you know what I'm saying? That means an energy surplus and you consuming more energy than your body needs as the enemy. So if my calorie maintenance, let's assume, is like 2,500 calories per day for me to just be able to maintain the weight I need to, and I'm eating at least 3,000 calories per day, of course I'm gaining weight. I'm saying now, if I'm not doing anything on top of that, I'm definitely going to gain a lot more weight than I need to. However, if I manage to focus on getting myself to do exercises that burns a lot of calories, or at least contributes to burning a lot of calories, doesn't have to be anything major. It could be, you know, doing the 10K steps per day. It could be, like I mentioned before, doing cardio exercises now, you know, or doing strength training exercises or muscle building exercises, or whether it be from calisthenics or just normal weightlifting or no HIIT training, any of those type of training that contributes to my body moving, and just finding a way to always get my body moving. If I'm at work, not trying to sit down for 8 straight hours. You know, if I need to take a break, take a break. If I have nothing to do, at least walk for 15 minutes to get the blood flowing. Anything to just try to get as many steps in as I can, so that way my body can be functioning properly. So again, I'm able to shred the weight that I want and get the results that I'm really looking forward to. And a bonus habit as well, guys. Look, at the time, I would always compare myself to a lot of people that I would see on social media, you know, whether it be mentally, physically, financially, and so forth. And I had to cut that out. I didn't need the stress. I didn't need the overthinking. I didn't need the procrastination. It never contributed to my life in a positive manner. The things I was able to control contributed to my life in a positive manner, and the things I wasn't able to control, I let go of them, you know. But by doing all of these things, those are the things that end up changing my life, and, you know, for the better, and also putting me in a place where whenever I told myself I'm going to go to the gym, I remain consistent on good days and bad days. So even if on days I didn't feel like going to the gym, I will still go just to do something, because I wanted to be disciplined. I wanted to be focus and keep the premise I made to myself when it came to eating. I made sure to understand the food that I'm eating, so that way, even if I wanted to eat my favorite dishes, it meant that I just had to eat less on that day. I learned about the type of dishes I was eating, you know, the protein, the fiber, the good fats, the good carbs, and versus the refined carbs, the refined sugars. I learned to cut out sugar. Like, I don't really have sugar anymore. I switched that for honey, and sometimes I may not even have honey. I may just have any sort of glucose from fruits. A lot of those things helped me to shred the weight that I wanted. And of course, hydration played a big part into it as well. But yeah, and once I kind of understood exactly what I was eating, the workouts I was doing, and understanding how to make sure to always stay consistent, the rest was history. So I hope these habits may help you. Maybe it's going to give you an understanding of something that you already know, but it's just going to give you a reminder that, oh yeah, this is something I need to apply. There's no major crazy secret that I need to look for. There's no hidden meanings or no philosophical word that you need to go through to be able to get the physique that you want. These are just the habits that help me to get shredded and stay lean for goodness knows how long I've been now. But yeah, I hope this helped, guys. Make sure to subscribe, leave a comment, leave a like. Let me know how your fitness journey is going. And I'll see you in the next video, right?